Recently, I was rewatching my favorite childhood animator Alan Becker and his animation vs Minecraft episodes. I even have purchased a poster from him and stumbled upon this scene where yellow and red are just having fun messing around with Minecraft textures, which ends up like this. Every single texture is randomized and they just got used to it, which is funny. So that got me thinking, can I also do that myself? What happens if every single Minecraft texture gets randomized like it happened in the 18th AVM episode? And it's been a while since my very last dump experiment, so let's find out how Minecraft will look like if every single texture gets randomized. Alright, so I had two options on doing this. Option A, get to the stixfight.com website, which is the website on which Alan firstly met yellow, blue, red, and green, and get yellow and red to shuffle the textures, but unfortunately they just disappeared in this fake ad. And so all of my childhood dreams of having these stick figures on my PC were destroyed. So I had to choose option B, make a script that would randomize every single Minecraft texture in a folder of your choice. And since my programming skills look something like this, which means I cannot go any further than writing hello world on Python. Like, I remember one time touching programming in the beginning of 2023 and my brain felt like wildfire, so I decided that programming is nothing for me and I became a YouTuber in 2023. Thank you to those who subscribed, and in case you didn't, please subscribe to help me get to 10k, it'll mean the world to me. Alright, I forgot about the main topic. So since I suck at programming, I'm going to do something which probably everyone would do. Go to people's favorite therapist, translator, search engine, and most importantly, programmer. You know about who I'm talking about. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to create a script, or let's just say AI is going to do this, in which you simply paste a file directory, and the script's task is to simply take every single file name in a resource pack and randomize every single of them. In case you're interested, I'll leave the proper working script in the description, and before I start, let me quickly show you how it works. Firstly, it asks for the file directory in which you want to shuffle all the textures. You can either enter one or multiple directories, and yeah, I did hide the input since, you know, I'm the anonymous guy. And after that, it asks if it should shuffle the content in the subfolders and if it should shuffle the names of folders too. And finally, a confirmation whether you want it or not. That's how it basically works, and without further ado, let's start. I'm gonna be using the vanilla default resource pack as it basically has all the vanilla textures easily accessible, and also because I don't want to break the instance of the game which I have played for 217 hours to make content for you guys. Okay, I'm going to start with the most obvious thing that surrounds us, and these are the blocks, aka the beauty of Minecraft. Alright, do I want to shuffle all the textures? Oh, I do. Alright, now let's see what it looks like. Here goes nothing. Okay, everything is just randomized now. Oh, okay, the creative menu is not looking any better, honestly. It also lacks very much for whatever reason, so let me see what a cave looks like. You know what? This is actually exactly the same as in the AVM episode. Pretty cool seeing something like this and realizing that these 3 AM thoughts that I got are now true, and I'm looking at something that I wanted to do but couldn't because ChatGPT didn't exist back then. And yeah, I had this idea for a while now, as you can see. Alright, enough yapping, it's time to introduce you to lagless.gg. In case you're looking for a good and affordable Minecraft host, then make sure to check out lagless.gg under the link in the description and use my code NNH to get 25% off your first purchase. Time to randomize other textures, and it's going to be items this time. Since I only did blocks, it was the thing that was randomized in the creative menu, but the only thing that stood out were items. So I picked up a few interesting items to see how they would look like after randomizing happens. So we're randomizing them. Okay, now 3, 2, 1. Okay, now pretty much everything should be randomized in the creative menu. Oh yeah, it is. You know, I'm so glad to equip and use dripstone, cod, feather, and a level 10 light as my gear, and also use this compass to attack everyone. My totem is also a compass as well as my crossbow. A compass that saves your life apparently. Fire texture is now a freaking spawner for whatever reason. Let's see how the bow works though. Copper ore, Io spider, golden boots, and lastly a clock. And the crossbow eventually turns into a door. Alright, since it's going to take ages to randomize every folder by folder, I decided to put the entire textures folder into my script, which included things like fonts, GUI, models, entities, environment, and important stuff like that. So let me copy that, paste it in. 3,167 files. Shuffle the names. Oh yeah, here goes nothing. yeah, it seems like the script broke everything. And since the script broke everything, it took me a while to investigate it, and eventually I just copied the fresh resource pack and just shuffled all the block and item textures once again, so don't ask me why the textures are now different. So now I can show you what happens if the entire textures folder gets shuffled. Okay, so for some reason everything looks fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's just like as before, you know? Whatever, let's just visit Nether this time. For some reason, only a handful of mob textures were shuffled since, you know, AI isn't perfect, so it messed up many times. In fact, I needed to start at least 3 new chats because ChatGPT simply got lost. So it is what it is. Wow, that's interesting. The lava texture is just straight up white and it has this weird block breaking thing too. Alright, let's visit the end dimension real quick to see what the dragon looks like. Well, he simply just turned himself, or wait, herself into her fireballs. So let's end her nicely and see what the end screen looks like. A negative pack.png texture. That looks really creepy actually, and I was also so glad to complete Minecraft Realms. While recording, I missed out on one thing. You see, I got so used to a random dark themed resource pack that I found on Modrinth 2 years ago, and I always have it on in every single instance of Minecraft, forgetting that I needed to turn it off for this video, so I had the proper textured GUI all the time. But in case you're interested, here's how the GUI looks like. Apparently, I'm controlling my hotbar with the hunger bar, and everything is messed up as expected. Alright, coming to the final step. This is an interesting one. You see, everything that was shuffled was done in the textures folder. However, this folder is located under another folder which contains even more content. So let's finally answer the question of what would happen if red and yellow basically lived in your textures folder. 3070 files shuffled. Okay, everything is randomized once again, and my font is completely broken now, of course. And oh, I have clouds as my moon now. Okay, everything looks just as messed up as before, so let's see how the sun looks though. So it looks like, I don't know, just a pixel mess or whatever I should call it. Let's just try to see how it looks with shaders, just for fun. Okay, I believe these should be my favorite complementary shaders with Euphoria Patches, although I cannot really confirm that. Yeah, I cannot really describe this look. It straight up looks like a failed attempt to add a new dimension in the game, because where else can you see trees with sniffer eggs as wood and shulkers as leaves? Okay, I'm done. So now you know what could have happened if you would let these stick figures mess up with your textures folder. And as I said, the script and resource pack will be both left in the description in case you want to experiment by yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and check out lagless.gg and use my code to get 25% off. And lastly, I wish you an amazing rest of your day. Subscribe.